Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 94.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Inter Milan leading now.
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant.
Oh, that's well done, really robust. Araujo. Koundé. He's found a way through.
That was well seen too. Good clearance. Inter surely have to be commended.
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. I think we're just about done here. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, that's clever. Good ball, good take. And it's safely in the keeper's hands.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Now it's Lewandowski. Can he get on the end of this? Fratesi. And the counter is on. And it's Çalhanoğlu. And the pass is intercepted. And that is that. Inter Milan have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here, it really is.
Just listen to that noise, this place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like...
Francesco Esposito! And that is doing no harm at all.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Koundé. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, the contributions made by Barella, I think, will be key here, Peter. He loves to take up that right half space, we know that. But, well, you want in your team.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. And here's Rashford. Just eases him off the ball. Chance here to counter. Oh, super ball. Casado. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Balde. And it's Koundé. Dani Olmo. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Pedri purring through the gears. Still goalless. Inter Milan do have a chance to counter here. And it's Mkhitaryan.
Such good technique.
Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Not the most accurate pass. And this is Mkhitaryan. Elects to cross. He's in a good position here. Dumfries kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Barella looking to pass their way up the pitch. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, that's well spotted. Turns back here, probably the best option. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Pedri really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Thuram. That's a cute ball.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Dani Olmo. Koundé. Now Fernandes. Zielinski does really well to win the ball there. That is good alertness. Pedri. Mkhitaryan. Now it's Thuram. Thuram. Good purposeful running there. Zielinski! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Inter Milan with the corner, they're first. It'll be a throw-in. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Played into the... He leaps for it! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Inter Milan have their second corner now. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Still waiting for the game's first. Calmly anticipates.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
This is a promising build-up. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Dani Olmo, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. And we are up to the break.
Inter really can be happy with the strong finish to the half, and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now, stick at it, and eventually they'll get a break.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Inter clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Tries to dink it through. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. That's really well cleared. Casado, looking for options for movement. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Tries a shot! And it's made its way to him. Barella. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Corner number 3 coming up. And now they can spring out of defence. No way through. Gavi. Fernandez was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. Pedri. And here's Rashford. Just about up to the hour now. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Araujo cuts it out. That's a good foray he's making. Nicely aimed pass. And it's Pedri. Now it's Rashford. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 94.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
Numero 14.
And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation. Rashford. Gavi. Played with finesse. And he was alert to it. That's a decent clearance. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And it's Gavi. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Tries to play it through. Well read, and the danger is averted. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Inter Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And here's Rashford.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Barella. Passing is crisp and sharp. DiMarco. No, he's not getting past him there.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Mkhitaryan. He's a shot. Zielinski! And that's a good finish. Finally the breakthrough.
Well, what a shift in moods here, Peter. That weight's finally off their shoulders, and tails are well and truly up.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
And here's Lewandowski.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Played out wide. Very much into the last knockings.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
De Jong. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Fratesi is flagged offside.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Rashford. De Jong. And here's Lewandowski. Great vision. Dumfries. And we're done. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
So straight into the action. And that was asking for too much. Diogo Dalot. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, this man, João Cancelo, is going to add so much more dynamism to his side, and he's the type of player who does well in a flowing system, in a flowing team. I like it when he moves centrally and makes himself an effective outlet. He basically can become a number 10, and he can produce some delicious little dinks over the top of any opposition defence.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. De Jong. Lewandowski unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Casemiro.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
And he has been fouled there. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
Bruno Fernandes is behind this one.
He's got to have a go at this, and it looks straightforward.
Picked out, and he shoots! Hits wide, but not by very much.
Oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
Succumbs to the pressure. Rashford. This is a promising build-up. Looking to play him in. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And here's Rashford. Manchester United are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Gavi. Mount. And now the breakaway. Now it's Matheus Cunha. And here's Menu.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And here's Lewandowski. They want to be quick to recover this. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Casemiro. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Lewandowski. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. And we have our very first corner. And it's Balde. And he's well positioned here. And this is Lewandowski. Can he finish?
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Manchester United ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Lewandowski. And here's Rashford. Lewandowski. Neither side giving way. It has been tight. Casemiro making good progress. Shaw. Heaven. Šeško. Now it's Matheus Cunha. No outsmarting him this time. Koundé defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Oh, nicely intercepted. Now it's Lewandowski. Bruno Fernandes. Šeško. Played down the flank.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Gavi. Now it's Lewandowski. Now it's Rashford. Now it's Lewandowski. And a chance! Oh, that's close, and that will be the last of it. It's half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. The midway point of the game.
Barcelona certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0. Back underway then.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Casemiro. Šeško. Now it's Matías Cunha. And here's Mount. Oh, sweet feet. And he's played it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Koundé did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Heaven. And it's Mount. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. He's found a way through. That's very neat. And that's been drilled in. And he's taking no chances there. And it's Rashford. He won't be happy with that one. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Mount. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Bruno Fernandes.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now it's Matías Cunha, and it's Menu. He has found a way through. Menu crosses it in. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. He's had it taken off him. Gavi. Menu. That's Mount. Bernal. Menu.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Šeško. And here's Mount. Nicely weighted ball. So what can they make of this? And it's Gavi. Rashford. It's a searching pass. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Just about up to 75 minutes. Bruno Fernandes. Opts for safety. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Menu. Here's Matías Cunha.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Well timed, excellent interception. Mount, nicely aimed pass. And it's Lewandowski. Nice interception, well timed. And it's hoisted clear.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
Rashford. Yoro promptly onto that, and that is that. Heaven. Into the last 5 minutes. And he's chosen to go back. Casemiro. Matheus Cunha touches it back. That's a good ball.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Played into space. Nicely worked. Well read, and the danger is averted. So 90 minutes have come and gone. It's going to be extra time. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, 0-0 doesn't offer a fair reflection of what we've seen. The game's been vibrant. I think the atmosphere has remained buoyant, and we just need the scoreline to step into line.
Well, no winner so far, but somebody has to be the winner. And extra time is next.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 9.
Stern test this for the endurance, for the character of the players as we head into extra time.
El dorsal 6. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 29, el dorsal 7, el dorsal 20.
And there's his chance to lead the counter.
El dorsal 16. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
And here's Ferran Torres. Casemiro. Yoro. Diogo Dalot. And it's Ugarte. Yoro. Shaw. And he's forced to go back. Quality ball. Now Ugarte. Heaven. Zirkzee! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Dani Olmo. Fernandes. And here's Ferran Torres. Fernandes. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Burmo running with the ball. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Zirkzee. Now it's Ferran Torres. And the through ball. Space for him to turn and look.
They want to...
So just 15 minutes still to come. There are plenty of tired limbs and minds out there. We may be looking at penalties here. Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? So, for the last time, who dares to win? And here's Zirkzee. Cunha proves just a little bit too strong. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Shaw. Bruno Fernandes. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Spread to the right. Knocks it into space. Deflected behind for a corner kick. He'll try from distance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
And Burma actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And that's an excellent interception. Fermin clears without hesitation. Diogo Dalot.
this has been a better game than the scoreline suggests, and it really does merit a goal.
And here's Circe. Tries to dink it. Terrific effort! He will be livid with himself. Maciej Cunha. Now it's Circe. Maciej Cunha. Circe. Szczesny gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
That's an imaginative pass. That's the end. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. It is a monster match. He's going for goal! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
De Jong really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
Casemiro. Matheus Cunha. Not the most accurate pass. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha!
Matheus Cunha made it all look so simple there before he invited his own complications.
Gavi finding himself in space. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, this fella, Alejandro Balde, is a defender who's been coached in the ways of the beautiful game. He's very good as a defender, but he has an inner desire to get up the pitch as much as he can. And he's rarely very wasteful, Peter, so his decision-making has to be impressive. And from what I've seen, it is.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence... Oh, what has happened here? And that has sent him sprawling. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Nicely weighted. And the finish! Goal! Barcelona! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Barcelona have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Oh, it's a lovely, delicate pass. Diogo Dalot.
Manchester United definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Casemiro. And it's Menu. Tries to pass it through. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Manchester United with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Rashford, and there's his chance to lead the counter. Diogo Dalot gets across to intercept that. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Well, they can break here.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
And Burmo ventures forward.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Casemiro. And Burmo.
That's good play from him.
And it's Casemiro. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Bruno Fernandes. Zirkzee. And it's Menu. Lewandowski.
Un minuto de descuento.
Now it's Gavi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Bruno Fernandes. So a temporary halt to the action. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Barcelona just about ahead, 1-0 at the break. And we are back underway.
Barcelona definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Casemiro. Here's Matheus Cunha. And here's Zirkzee. Played with finesse. And he's cut it out. De Jong. Gavi. That pass has been well intercepted. And it's Menu. Lewandowski.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Menu. And he shoots! And he should have made them pay.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Rashford. Still just a single goal between the sides. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Menu. Zirkzee. And that's really well manoeuvred. De Jong. Just about up to the hour now. Looking to play him in. There's the delivery. Terrific effort! And there's a goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Passing is crisp and sharp, threads one in. Menu receives it in a good position here. Impressive jump! And it's in! Just 1 in it now! The game takes on a whole new complexion! It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Manchester United cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few moments.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems to have developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
That pass isn't the best. De Jong. Can he get it through? He's in a great position here. And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Barcelona surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And it's Lewandowski. Bruno Fernandes looking to add to his goal. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 9, el dorsal 14, el dorsal
Dani Olmo.
41, el dorsal 6,
Bernal.
el dorsal 21. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 29, el dorsal 20.
Chance here to counter.
El dorsal 16, el dorsal 8.
Balde spots it and intercepts. Fermin.
Barcelona can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
He'll try from distance. He's got away with one there. Barcelona close now to seeing this one through to the end.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Mount. Šeško. And it's Mount. And that interception was... Big chance! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And that's it. Barcelona can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. A truly emotional roller coaster, that. Thoughts on what we've just seen? Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now... Madueke! Brilliant from Madueke!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Now then, the ball's come loose. And it's Eze. Oh, some astute defending there. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Zielinski. This is a promising build-up. And it's Zielinski. Eze. Looking to play him in. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Oh, that's fabulous. He is through here. Hoisted in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And the shot! And yes, it's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Well, it would have been harder to miss.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
So that's two now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Inter really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose.
Oh, terrible pass. He's shifting through the gears here. Great chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. Eze. Eze. And he's had it nicked away. Esposito. Well seen. Saw that coming. Eze. Can he get away here? Driving forward. Eze with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope will spread.
Merino. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Oh, nicely intercepted. Mkhitaryan. Esposito. 15 minutes till half-time. Mkhitaryan with the delivery. There's the shot! That's a fair try, but just off target.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Eze, he's picked his way through. Oh, what a stop. Had to be at his very best. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. White. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now White. Knocks it into space. Merino. And it's Eze. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
He just needed to be quicker then. This defence won't give you time to second-guess yourself.
Bisek. Here's Zielinski. Good take, and is he in? That's an excellent interception. Merino. Eze. Now it's Havertz. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. So a temporary halt to the action. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And so the action is resumed.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Eze. That is lovely. He's having a hit! Oh, needed to be more decisive in the end.
Havertz cannot be that slow, and it took the sting out of the break, and a big chance wasted.
No, again there's no way through. Bisek. Barella running with intent. Bisek gets over and intercepts.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Mikel Merino charging forward, the ball at his feet. It's come backwards here.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Thuram currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Madueke on 2 now and looking for 3. 60 minutes played. Eze, he's got away. Shoots! And that is quite wonderful. Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. It's all becoming so easy. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Subimendi, played back. Merino. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Zielinski. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Inter clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Merino. Now it's Havertz. Madueke.
Such good technique.
And he's managed to get free. Goes for a shot! Yes! Untouchable, remorseless, relentless, a class of their own. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Arsenal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Arsenal are having a ball here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Thuram. 75 minutes played. Merino. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Could move up a gear here. Havertz. And Madueke. Added Subimendi. Looking tidy in possession here. And a chance! Goal! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
This is a gloriously greedy performance.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Can he stop it going out? And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Trossard. Esposito.
Arsenal are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
The ball has bounced loose now. Zielinski. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Trossard. So that's it. It is all over. Inter Milan suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. It was a poor show all round. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Inter desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
So things are underway. Bouts of passing here, really easy on the eye. Saka. Zubimendi. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I'm a huge fan of Bukayo Saka. Someone always praised for his versatility, his attitude and his cleverness around the pitch. He has the potential to excel in all positions across that front line. But I'd personally like to see him as part of a front three. I think he operates best in that area.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. De Jong. So no chances falling either way for the time being. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And here's Yamal. And it's De Jong. And that's an excellent interception. Eze. Arsenal are looking to break at pace. Havertz. Eze. He's got away. Eze was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Well, that pass isn't the best. He's found a way past. Jokerit. He's having a pop! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
Barcelona still without a single shot on target. Oh, he's found support out wide. Eze.
Arsenal definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
That's tidy. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Yeah, that looks a decent ball. Oh, that was vital.
Ferran Torres clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And it's Marino. Jokerit. Now it's Eze. And it's Marino. Now Subimendi. And here's Havertz. Araujo.
Havertz really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Havertz. Gavi. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Now it's Rashford. Incapuyi. Merino. Saka. For Merino. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Bernal. And it's De Jong. Foot in. Eze with a definite foul there. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. And it's De Jong. Out towards the flank. Played out wide. Gavi. Passing is crisp and sharp. Merino. And the whistle goes for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. Tries a shot! And he's done it!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
De Jong. And Balde. Chance here to counter. Subimendi. Eze. Oh, such a clever touch. Subimendi. Rashford being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Now this could be a chance. And it's Eze.
That was lovely, that.
Showing good feet. Oh, and the finish! And that's a sharp finish. 2 up now, and they are cruising. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Gavi. Bernal. Subimendi. Looking tidy in possession here. A dangerous moment avoided, only just.
Well, that's the risk you have to take when you're fully committed to attack, Peter. They're going to leave a few areas unattended.
Now it's Ferran Torres. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Eze. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Lobbed in behind. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Saliba. Merino. That's destined for the flank. Eze.
That's good play from him.
Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? That's good play. Ferran Torres. And it's De Jong. Well, that is one way to stop him. João Cancelo. Spread to the right. And they win it back again. Hincapié did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Arsenal ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Rashford! They want to be quick to recover this.
Barcelona are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence, or attack, for that matter.
And here's Eze. No, he refuses to take the bait. And now the breakaway. Now it's Rashford. Gavi aimed beyond the defence. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Eze does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Subimendi. Added Subimendi.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
It's Saka. And time is up. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rashford. It's Rashford! Sensational from Rashford!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good. Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And claimed it back swiftly. Gavi, nicely shaped ball, nicely worked. Yamal picks it up out wide. Yamal, he's rising! No way through, so back it comes. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. It's a quick one. Looking for options for movement. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Yamal.
Lamine Yamal really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Rashford is onto this. That is lovely. Backward it goes. And it's Gavi. Bernal. And they're quick to get it back. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Ferran Torres. Gavi. And here's Rashford. Now this could... Ferran Torres! In he goes again! Oh, good finish! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Zielinski wins the duel this time. Barella, Mkhitaryan. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And here's Barella. Oh, that's delightful. Might be taken. Goes for a shot! Well taken goal. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Inter Milan cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Yamal. Barcelona heading towards the half-time break. The win very much in their sails. Thuram. He's on it, can he get away? And a chance! Oh, needed to be more decisive in the end.
Well, it's a shame it ended up a little wasteful. They had the perfect opportunity to break away, and then they go and do that. It's got to be a quicker transition.
And it's Barella. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Gavi. Yamal. Nice looking ball. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Barella.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Esposito. And here's Thuram. Can he get on the end of this? The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Barcelona are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. Back on the way then. And here's Rashford. Bisek. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Bernal. And here's Rashford. And it's Bernal. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And here's Barella. And here's Barella. And he shoots! And that's a good finish. Inter are back in business. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Yamal. And he's heaved it away. And they're back on the ball again. Now, who's going to be first to this? Rashford is being harried and hassled.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Barella wants to run onto this. Well, that's an excellent interception. Thuram. And the pass is intercepted. Oh, that's fabulous. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Chesney gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Now it's Yamal. Barella does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Dumfries. Gets a good foot in there. He's shifting through the gears here.
That's going in strongly.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And he has shown him a yellow card. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 14, el dorsal 7, el dorsal 10, el dorsal 6, el dorsal 8.
And it's Balde. Can he get it through?
El dorsal 29.
Fratesi. Barcelona are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
75 minutes played. Bernal. And Balde. That's a lovely, neat pass. Threads one in. Oh, such a clever touch. And that's been drilled in. And the shot! Goal! Barcelona! And they get themselves in front! That was easy, almost too easy.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Barcelona leading now.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
Shapes to shoot! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
Barcelona with the corner. They're first. Deftly away.
Barcelona really wanted that 2-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Fernandez proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Topalovic.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. 2 minutes to be added on. Passing is crisp and sharp. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Esposito. Well, they could break here. Passing is crisp and sharp. Francesco Esposito gets on his bike and on the move.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
This guy, Ferran Torres, is another talented Spanish wide player, although he's done well when he's played centrally when required. I mean, very capable in possession, we all know that, but he has this real drive about him, something that makes him very good in those one-on-one situations in wider positions.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Bernal.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
That's a good foray he's making. Gavi. And the finish! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Can he finish? Denied by an instinctive save.
Esposito really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Zielinski. Oh, good effort. And that's a tidy finish. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
He watched it all the way and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Inter Milan have their second corner now. And a header! Goal, Inter! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Inter Milan leading now.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up. Something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And that's aimed into the middle.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Gavi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Barella. Esposito. That's a lovely, neat pass. Good play on the left-hand side here. Gavi running with intent. And here's Yamal. He's had a shot! And that's a good finish. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser. Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
You've got...
And the shot! Big moment! Massive goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Barcelona with the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
And here's Barella. And it's Barella. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Yamal. Now. Into the channel. It's a promising position. Thuram. Mkhitaryan. And we've reached half-time. Barcelona have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time, which is, for them, more or less ideal. So we reach the halfway point.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
So everyone needs a breather here. 5 goals we've seen already. It is good, very good. It's 3-2. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Now it's Yamal. Thuram. Barella. Esposito. Pedri. Now it's Ferran Torres. He's being urged to shoot. Ferran Torres. Yamal! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Gavi. Pedri, who has set up 2 goals. Thuram. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Gavi does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Ferran Torres. This is a promising build-up. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking to play him in. Gavi. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Oh, that's a fine interception. Mkhitaryan. The counter-attack is on here for Inter. Rashford being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
And it's Mkhitaryan. Closing in on goal. Oh, that was vital.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
That's a nicely weighted pass. Barella. Yamal. Yamal! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Gavi. Yamal. Not the most accurate pass.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
El dorsal 14, el dorsal 7, el dorsal 10.
Barcelona are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. It's a good foot in there. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. No way through. Tries a shot! It's bounced back off the post. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Just about up to 75 minutes. Zielinski cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Now it's Rafi. He's having a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And that's definitely not his best.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one, and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
It's just beyond his reach. And that is a little undercooked. Bernal. And Dani Olmo. And it's Lewandowski. And it's Lewandowski. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Topalovic. Dani Olmo. And here's Lewandowski. Zielinski. Looking for the run.
This is the time you need that pace.
He's in plenty of space here. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Barella showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Dani Olmo ventures forward, turns back here, probably the best option. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Barella. Very much into the last knockings.
Inter really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Un minuto de descuento.
There'll be a minute of stoppage time. Topalovic. Kun. And the referee brings it to a close. Barcelona have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
So we're very much on the way now. Big chance! It's bounced back off the post. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Inter Milan have a free kick. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it.
Bullish header! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And he's chosen to go back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Gavi stood his ground strongly. And here's Rashford, played back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Looking tidy in possession here. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. First quarter of an hour gone. Now it's Thuram. He's in a great position here. Now it's Thuram. João Cancelo. Barcelona are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. And he's had it nicked away. This looks promising. Gavi.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Nicely spread. Nice control. Yamal, and he's managed to get free. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or...
He's going for goal! And he couldn't quite find the target.
Just couldn't quite control it. Nothing wrong with the height and the contact. Barcelona are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side. It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Thuram. Balde cuts out the pass. Pedri. And it's Rashford. Now it's Yamal. Thuram.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
30 minutes gone. Now it's Barella. Now it's Zielinski. Delivers with whip. Stood up well to him there. Pedri, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Just eases him off the ball. Bisek. Yamal. He's a sharp little ball here. Gives it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Very nicely done. He's under a lot of pressure there. Ah, lovely feed, he is such a good mover.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Mkhitaryan producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Esposito. And here's Barella. And this is Mkhitaryan. Francesco Esposito has it in a wide position. Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. Oh, good effort! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
And it's Zielinski. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Yamal. Oh, sweet feet. Now the delivery. That's the end of the first 45. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Barcelona go in at half-time with a game to chase.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And we are back on the way.
Barcelona can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Yamal receives it in a good position here. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rashford! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Gavi. Strokes it back. Bernal. Thuram has found the net here, of course. Gavi. Showing great feet there. And Jamal looking to pass their way up the pitch. And the shot! Outstanding by Rashford! A finish of true class! They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another. Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Balde. Rashford looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Mkhitaryan. Zielinski. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Thuram. Ferran Torres. And he's quick to snatch it back. Zielinski. Inter Milan are looking to break at pace. Bernal. Koundé. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Mkhitaryan. Zielinski. Pedri promptly onto that, and that is that. Gavi. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now.
Barcelona really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Now it's Thuram. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Esposito. Played out towards the right wing, and that was asking for too much.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 10.
De Jong.
El dorsal 14. El dorsal 7. El dorsal 8. El dorsal 6. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal
It'll be a
11,
throw-in.
el dorsal 9. El dorsal 29. El dorsal 21. El dorsal
DiMarco,
20.
who
Cambio
does
de
have an
jugadores.
assist to his name. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Çalhanoğlu. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. DiMarco. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's made its way to him. Some intricate pass, has a shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Desperate defending required here. Chance! Inter Milan look like they've won it, but it's not over yet.
Well, what an end to the game, Peter. But now comes the overwhelming question: how long is there left, including stoppages?
Good ball, good take. Decent chance! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And that's a good-looking ball. And that is that. Barcelona were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways, but in the end... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kick-off. Gavi. Oh, such a clever touch. That's a super give and go. And now they can clear their lines. Barcelona have got it back and they'll have another go. Fernandez. Fernandez! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Barcelona with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Tries to get it clear. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Pedri. Very nicely done. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Barella. Quarter of an hour played. The referee's awarded a free kick. And he has shown him a yellow card. So we're still where we started right now. Fernandez. Now it's Gavi. Yamal. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Esposito. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, the goalkeeper, Wojciech Szczesny, Peter. He's got incredible reflexes, and that makes him one of the best shot stoppers around. He's also very comfortable when he's under the high ball or coming out for crosses. And having someone like that just easing the pressure on that defence can spread confidence very quickly.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has. And the finish! Goal! Inter! He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
João Cancelo. Barcelona are behind here despite their domination of possession. Araujo.
Barcelona are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
15 minutes till half-time. Now it's Zielinski. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And here's Yamal, looking for the run. And it's Pedri. Barella, that's a sharp pass. Now it's Thuram. Barella, it's Thuram. Played into space. Nice interception, well timed. Impressive jump! Not a bad try by any means.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Now it's Thuram.
Barcelona certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Pedri. Gavi. No, that's been intercepted. And it's Barella. It's Mkhitaryan! Magnificent from Mkhitaryan! About as smooth as it gets. 2 up now, and they are cruising. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off their shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
That has been cut short. That's a little off target.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
So, a temporary halt to the action.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So let's get the ball rolling.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Oh, this looks sharp. Bernal. Looking to play him in. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Mkhitaryan. Inter Milan are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Gavi has been caught there, it's a foul. And here's Gavi. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Yamal. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Rashford needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Oh, no joy this time. Araujo. And it's Cancelo. 60 minutes played. Time and again they are repelled. Turns back here, probably the best option. Koundé. João Cancelo. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Good running, strong and purposeful. And it's Pedri. And here's Rashford. Bissek does really well to win the ball there. Mkhitaryan. Barella.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Esposito. And it's Bernal. Mkhitaryan.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
João Cancelo. And it's Gavi. Mkhitaryan with 2 goals already to his name. Couldn't squeeze it through. Thuram. Pedri. Gavi. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Rashford! That is delicious! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Back to within 1. Interesting.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which to defend. This one's totally up for grabs.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. That's a good ball. He is just caressing the ball. Çalhanoğlu. He's in a great position here. Ball swung in.
Inter.
Oh no, what has happened here? And the shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
It's their second corner of the game. Oh, good effort! Another one of football's and how moments.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there and it's been blown.
Bernal. Spread to the right. That is a brilliant interception. Well, this could be it, past something close to a minor miracle.
Well, I suppose they need something to break their way, Peter. Anything at this late stage.
Balde going forward. He's gone forward. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Çalhanoğlu. Araujo. Topalovic.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Good ball, good take. Çalhanoğlu. And this is Çalhanoğlu. Pressure stays on, it is a corner.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
So, third corner of the game.
Será sustituido por el dorsal 9.
There's the shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Topalovic. Back where it came from. Shoots! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
So their fourth corner of the game. He leaps for it!
3 minutos de descuento.
And he can thump it away. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Some really good ball movement. Oh, can he finish? He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Araujo. And Rafinha. Oh, that's fabulous. That is lovely. There you have it. Is up.